the calm, no work is happening zone of the Xpulse starts at 85.
Okay. Starts at 85.
Starts at 85. So if you were to do 85 kmph on the Xpulse 210 all day, it would feel like you haven't done any work. The bike has not done any work. For some reason, you are so many 100 kilometers later and so much fuel has disappeared. So it's zero effort. And again, I'm not bringing up refinement in this because it's a given. It's just a smooth bike. It just does everything. Okay. Now, when you hit 90 kmph, it's still doing more or less the same thing. At 100 kmph, you're running 7,000 rpm. Small engine, it will. 7,000 rpm feels completely normal to me, but I ride bikes a lot and I've sat at 7,000 a lot. Will you be able to do it or not is a mental shift you will have to make. The bike doesn't care.
No, what do you feel? I mean,
Nothing. You just visually look down at 7,000 rpm.
But you're not feeling a buzz or...
There is no buzz. Buzz nahi hai.
So then the 7,000 RPM is just a...
Yeah, it's just a head thing. Are you okay with this or not? Bike is okay. And then you realize at 120 it is more or less the same feeling, but now you got another 2,000 rpm to deal with. So in theory, on this bike, you can sit at any speed from 85 to top speed and the bike will feel increasingly a little bit noisier, but otherwise completely unstrained from this effort. What you're willing to do is something you will have to discover for yourself. So if I were traveling on this motorcycle, I would be sitting at 110 all day with luggage on it.
Was the throttle weight okay?
Good question. So this throttle is a little bit heavy feeling. And at these kind of speeds, sometimes when you overtake, it feels like I'm rolling on quite a bit of throttle to try and get past something. And then you start downshifting to overtake it. You will realize that you don't actually need to do it, but it will take you a long association with this motorcycle to get to that state. So it doesn't feel super powerful at those revs. It just feels super comfortable at those revs. The real sense of performance and ease is much lower in the rev range, where you're crawling up an incline. And you realize at the top of the incline that you did the whole thing in third and maybe it would be smarter to be in second. Or the other way around, which happened to me, which is I climbed in second and said, oh God, I should have just climbed it in third. I don't know why I bother.
Okay.
Right? Very flexible, very smooth, very impressive motor on a very impressive chassis. What I really like about the Xpulse is they've got other things right too. First, there is a pull handle made in metal already mounted to the bike. So if you get stuck and your friend needs to drag you out,
oh yeah,
the handle's already there.
Oh nice.
Yeah. Second, they have a color TFT screen on the top model.
Okay.
But the Hero designers have not felt the need, like TVS designers sometimes do, to cram colors into the screen just because it's a color screen to constantly prove to you that, bro, you bought a color screen. You know what that means? See colors. It's a grayscale screen. A few highlights appear in a few colors as required. So I was in road mode, that's ABS. I was in road mode, the highlights are blue. Then you go to trail mode, which is front ABS only, rear ABS off. In that mode, the color changes, if I'm not mistaken, to yellow. And then you go to no ABS mode, which is all ABS off, and then the highlights become red.
Okay.
But the screen is a grayscale looking screen with big large numbers, which is super easy to read. The important things are black, the non-important things are a light gray. Best design screen ever? No. Super readable screen? Yes.
Again, effective.
Effective, clean, works with the utilitarian idea of this motorcycle and then takes it one step above. Perfect. Then people said, but you can't change ABS modes on the fly. They said, no, you can. It's a shortcut. You press the down arrow on the switch gear and you press and hold, and then the bike will show the ABS menu. And you select the ABS that you want, press the center button to confirm, close the throttle, release the brakes, new ABS mode on the fly. Every little one of these things is thought through. What is missing again is some of the finer detail.
Okay.
Will you look at these switches and say high quality switches from a premium manufacturer? I don't think so. But will you struggle with the switches at all? No, it's not a Himalayan. These are good switches. Are they clicky? Yes. Will they work with gloves? Yes. But will you say high quality, premium? No. The screen will look like a premium motorcycle. Somewhat. I think the resolution could have been a little sharper perhaps. But basics, everything works.
But the screen is in effect a better experience than that on the 250R.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You will ask that question if you see the two bikes back to back, saying if the Xpulse can have a TFT, why can't the Extreme have a TFT screen? You will ask that question. You will ask it. Yeah, spot on.
And I would have thought that that is the natural fit over there.
Yeah. Yeah. So easy, peaceful, happy, comfortable, capable, and most importantly, it just constantly gives you confidence. So when you sit on the highway and I'm going on a road which is sweeper into sweeper into sweeper, in the back of my head, 21-inch wheels and 200 suspension. I'm sitting high up in the sky. Makes no difference. It's not like a cornering demon and you're not getting a knee down, but it goes where you point it. It keeps you planted, plugged in. Brakes are good. And brakes are very good in the sense of they have a lot of bite. They stop well. There is some amount of dive which you learn to deal with. But at no point do you think this is going to become overpowering off-road or going to become weak on-road, which can happen.
And again, when it dives, does it go into a dive straight away, or does it let
No, it's
you
controlled. It's controlled.
brake and then?
It's controlled. It's not flopping onto its suspension stroke because you hit the brake. It's controlled.
Nice.
They've really nailed all of these small parts of the picture.
Hello. If you enjoyed this clip, which means you're into good conversations, and that's what we're all about. It's really hard packing in the essence of an idea into a 60-second clip. This 3-minute, 5-minute video would have given you a sense of that, and you can enjoy this entire conversation in its full glory on the MotorInc channel. So why don't you head out over there and subscribe to that, and you could subscribe to this channel as well if you enjoyed it.